Browns have announced the 2 finalists. Anthony, it's in tagboard. You have the fan-submitted dog logo. You have the elf from last year. If you had to pick, which one do you like?
Do I have to pick?
Yeah, you got to pick. You know, Jason Lloyd was here. You know what he would say, so you got to pick.
Yeah.
For all the people that don't give a, what?
As a representative of the people that don't really care, I will say I'm all in with the dog. We tried the elf last year.
It didn't.
I was positive about it. It was a bad season. I'm going to blame the elf. The elf really has nothing to do with the Browns. He's not very, manly looking. He looks kind of wimpy. Now that I think about it, the dog looks badass. He looks like the Predator. He's got the Predator jowls there. Let's go with the dog.
I like the dog. I like the dog. I think it looks a little more intimidating. I'm gonna go with the dog. And plus, I hope they do like a 32 on the field too.
Yeah.
Jim Brown action at the 35 or something. And then what I want is the cursive Browns. It's a cursive Browns in the end zone with the white outline. Also on the right hand side, AFC with the 3 stars on each side. So if you notice, we got a whole graffiti bridge on the Browns. And you know what the crazy part about it is? Most Browns fans are super conservative. For years, we played with nothing in the field, no cheerleaders, no band, nothing in the end zone, and dirt infield.
We should have cheerleaders, man.
Would you rather cheerleaders or a band?
Cheerleaders.
That's crazy. We don't got cheerleaders. Have you ever noticed that?
I never noticed that.
Never noticed that, right?
No
cheerleaders, no band.
I think there's 3 teams in the league that don't have cheerleaders. The Giants don't have cheerleaders, and I think there's one more.
That's crazy to not
I'll confirm. Hold on.
Why did you not have cheerleaders?
The Browns, listen, when they came back, they was like, we don't want no good-looking girls on the sideline.
The Browns should take – honestly, the Browns should go a step further because they've been bad not having cheerleaders for all these years. They should just have strippers out there. They should have like a stripper pole.
What is wrong with you?
Let's have strippers.
I know there's one there.
I don't want cheerleaders. That's nothing. Let's get taken another level.
You be like, you bring your kids there, they're like, why are they losing clothing every quarter? Like, what's going on here? They started off with a warm-up.
That man back in the 60s.
You know what the funniest thing about that is? That there are people at home right now appalled that I said they should have strippers. And those same people are getting hammered at the game and cursing like banshees and saying inappropriate things in front of their kids. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
And yet they're offended by a woman's body.
And then I'd be always guessing. I'm like, how did you already end up here drunk? If you're at the Muni lot and you're drunk at 6, that means you drove there, dog.
That's right.
Bull tried to think this is. What do you think this is? The
math.
Replacements?
And nobody.
They went and got strippers on their cheerleaders.
See, this is what happens to me, Nuggets.
Dude, what's his name? Who's a big director? Vince, not Vince. The guy who does all the things with Vince Vaughn. What's his name?
Judd Apatow?
No. God damn it. What's his name? The guy who directed all the Iron Man movies. Jon Favreau. He was in that movie. He was jacked in that movie. He played the linebacker who was a cop, like the linebacker.
Yeah. Danny.
That's a great movie, man. Danny, right?
Go get the ball, Danny.
I got you the ball! Gene Hackman was the coach.
By the way, 7 teams don't have cheerleaders. I was wrong. 7.
That's
the Bills, the Bears, the Browns, the Giants, the Jets, the Chargers.
The Jets ain't got cheerleaders no more.
Chargers not have?
That's a lie. That's a lie because when I played for the Jets for the week, I actually went and seen the cheerleaders. Just because I was browsing the building.
Got rid of them for some reason.
They must have, because they literally had cheerleaders.
It's a failure by my current city, a failure by my past city.
This article's from July 4th this season. This year, 2023.
This must have happened during. This was the pandemic. Budget cuts.
What do you say?
Who was the last one you said there?
The last one I said was the Steelers, and the Packers don't have their own cheerleading squad, but they bring in collegiate squads.
That's embarrassing. By the way, all those teams are cold weather cities except for the Chargers.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
LA makes no sense. If you want to tell me it's too cold late in the season for cheerleaders, whatever.
You said the Rams? You said the Rams don't?
No, the Rams do.
Chargers
don't.
We forget they're in LA.
Well, that's because it's
every college had. Think about it.
When did this must be new. This must have happened during the pandemic. Budget cuts. I'm telling you.
No, they
don't pay those cheerleaders anything anyway. They rip them off.
Yeah, Browns.
Can I get to my answer for the logo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry. I care more about strippers than I do about the logo.
You know where we're going.
My answer is simple. First of all, they're lying because there's no way that a bunch of people submitted designs and this was the top 2. That's first of all. I need to get that out there. I don't know who you think you fooling.
What was the choice that didn't get put up? The helmet?
Something. Oh, so it wasn't like fans design and submit?
No. The fans design. The fans design and submit was the dog, right? The elf.
No, I'm talking. Years. So they didn't go like, cause like a couple years, like I swear they was like, one of these is gonna be on the field, and a bunch of people submitted designs and stuff.
No, but
that wasn't for the field. That was just the dog.
That was just the dog.
Okay.
So now that they have the dog, they gonna say which one you want to put the dog or the elf on there.
I would. First of all, I would have did the dog or the helmet. You don't
like the elf.
Yeah, the elf. That's dead. And it's got to be the dog out of these 2 options because I mean it's the dog pound. You're supposed to be some dogs this year. Hopefully that changes the mentality of this team. See, I liked the elf last year because it showed them running the ball and stiff arming, which I thought we was gonna be a heavy run team. Somehow that did not happen. So I don't want to do false advertisement anymore and just go with the dog.
And the Browns, what y'all got to start doing is if y'all got to bring back the freak show, which is the dog pound. To bring back the freak show, you got to have guys that are dressing up in costumes, and they got to be in the same section. You section it off so that people see it on TV. When they see it on TV, that means they'll want to come and do it. So then you say, all right, we're going to section it off. This is the dog pound. If you are sitting in a dog pound, you got to have a costume on. You got to have an outfit.
I hate that the Haslams refer to the dog pound as the whole stadium now.
No. That's totally not it. Lame. That's not it.
By the way, our EP Steve Becker he is beyond lost in the soup. He thinks that. What's his name?
Elijah Moore.
I was gonna point this out.
He's correct.
Thinks should be number 3 on the Browns 32 for 32.
He's not wrong. It's a reason.
You think it's the most important player on the Browns?
Reason why Steve is the executive producer because he just knows ball.
All right, he don't know shit. All right. Now let me tell you something. No offense, Steve. A guy who's never had 500 yards in the NFL, you're gonna tell me he's the 3rd most important player on the Browns, 3rd most important person on the Browns. I felt like a lunatic putting him at 11. 3 is insane. That is batshit crazy.
It's not crazy.
The 3rd most important person on the roster?
Listen,
is a guy who's never had 500 yards in the league.
He's probably going to be one of the most productive players on the team this year.
There's a big difference between being a productive player.
How's he not valuable?
The 3rd most important.
How's he not valuable?
The 3rd most important player? What?
Let me ask you this. And here's the reason people get it twisted. Tyvis know this.
He has him ahead of Myles Garrett.
Okay, he might be wrong.
He has him ahead of Myles Garrett.
He's not 3rd, he's 4th.
Tyvis know this.
He's 4th.
And too high at 11.
When you play a receiver, we got what we call a big homie. Now, what is a big homie?
Oh my
Jalen Waddle was good. But the fact that Tyreek Hill runs faster than him and can just run straight past 2 defenders makes Jalen Waddle a little more easy. The big homie is Amari Cooper. If Amari Cooper is not on this roster, Elijah Moore's getting locked up.
100%.
Let's be clear.
Yeah.
Like he's getting locked all the way down.
You know that better than anybody.
He know he's getting locked down like that.
This is what I will say.
That was a nice pivot. This is what I will say.
Yeah. There are other ways.
Yeah.
You can get Elijah Moore the ball more than you can do it with Amari Cooper. See, Amari Cooper's only good for running routes. Elijah Moore, you can hand it to him. You can throw him a screen. He can run routes.
9 rushing plays for 42 yards he's going to have this year. That makes him the 3rd most
important player on the team. What I'm saying is you can get him involved in the offense much more than you can in Amari Cooper.
Okay, you can get Anthony Schwartz more involved in the offense too.
You can get Demetrius Felton in there.
Yeah.
You put him in running back and throw him the ball.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Hand him the ball. They're one-trick ponies.
Oh, really? I've seen Demetrius Felton
because when
I've seen Demetrius Felton catch a touchdown
a screen?
That's all Elijah Moore gonna get. Like he's gonna be back there throwing passes.
Then I guess Taysom Hill is more valuable than a healthy Michael Thomas, right?
Yes.